Hey, everybody. So I am back. Thanks for hanging in there with me. All is well. So let's have a talk about this article here, Rolling Stone, written by Marley E. Diaz. Says the Supreme Court is waging war on Black women and girls. In its affirmative action, student debt, and healthcare decisions, the High Court is pushing us to the margins of society in ways that are deeply damaging to our lives. It reads, the morning after I graduated from high school, I awoke to read the Supreme Court Dobbs decision, an attack on the right to control of one's own body that led to a year of exhaustive anti-choice legislation. On Thursday, the summer after my first year at Harvard University, I awoke to read the Supreme Court decision on affirmative action. The day after, I awoke to the court's gutting of student loan relief. The Supreme Court is an engine of regression specifically targeted at taking away liberty and opportunity. And nowhere is that being felt more heavily than among Black women who are watching our ability to exist in society erode. The decision to repeal affirmative action programs in higher education is an attempt to delegitimize the admission of Black girls into elite universities. It suggests that spots are taken and not earned by students, even as history tells us that when any Black student makes it into an elite school, it is in direct defiance of the years of oppression and exclusion of Black Americans from educational spaces. The Ivy League admission system has admitted Black students for just under 55 years. To suggest that our presence at universities came through ease and access is a slight against centuries of design exclusion. Yes, and they have delegitimized this entire process, but it's not going to just stop at the schools. No, it's not. And this article here, I noticed it lists specifically waging a war on Black women and Black girls. Not saying Black men. There was a report of some, I don't know if it's a senator or congressman, but one of those clowns, um, talking about Black women. And I thought about it, I was like, they're not saying Black people, you're looking at specifically Black women, and why is that? Because they know who the threat is. That's my opinion. They know who the threat is. The threat is not the Black man. All this BS about, see what they're scared of. No one is afraid of you except getting their daughter pregnant and creating maybe another fatherless home. As a collective, no one's afraid of you, especially for non-Black people. Now, now Black people should be, because let's see, the dust-wicked Black men, they'll kill out the best and brightest. Be a Black man that has a family working hard, don't have a business too, and you have a Black family. Oh no, you care about your family. You don't engage in degeneracy. You're considered, what is it, a simp. Oh yeah. So that right there, they're not a threat. The threat is, in my opinion, the Black woman. Because that's who's about the community. That's who's holding it down. The Black man is not a threat. They know what he's going to do when he gets his money. Go and find any non-Black woman and pass the money on to their community. That's what many of them do, a whole lot of them. Why? Self-hatred. So he's not a threat. Massa's boy, he's on their team. A lot of Black people are white supremacists. And the ones that don't have disgruntled, well, what they're going to do is commit crimes and kill out the Black man and woman that has a business, that has an education, that has goals, that are doing things with their lives. Those are the kind that's going to get murdered. That's why the Black man as a collective, he's not a threat. Kill out women and children. That's why the community looks the way it does. Creating fatherless homes, deserting kids and the mothers, creating baby mamas, and just feeding the prison pipeline, the pipe to prison pipeline. That's it. Now, so they know who the threat is. Remember the article I did about the guy? They were trying to set up businesses in a certain community, and it was someone on the council, a Black man, all holding those Black women business owners back. All holding them back. So he's not a threat. He's doing the dirty work for the white man. And the fool ain't even getting paid. It's unreal. So Look at this here. As I've said before, kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So I think they know who the threat is. It's black women. As I said on my Patreon months ago, when this was in motion, we got to take this L. And now look, boom, here we are. We're up here giving money to their businesses so they can thrive. And what happened? That's the face of the end of affirmative action. The face of affirmative action, ending it. Why? It's a one-way street, a one-way loyalty. They don't want us to thrive. Want to keep you back. Think about it. What about all the white students that got in? Just because you didn't get your slot? What about all the white students that got in or other Asian students? Oh, but you want to pick at black students. Duly noted. So here, as I said before, somebody is playing and somebody is planning. Which one are you? Which one are we? This article says the GOP attorneys general shift the battle over affirmative action to the workplace. I already said it was going to happen. What is your black politicians doing besides worrying about the immigrants? I'm seriously. A vote is an exchange. What are the black politicians doing aside from worrying about the immigrants? Well, check this out. Senator Tom Cotton, Republican Arkansas, arrives for a briefing at the Capitol in Washington Tuesday, February 14th of 2023. Cotton sent a letter to Target CEO Brian Cornell stating that the company's DEI program and racial quota for hiring was discriminatory while also pointing to the recent affirmative action. So yeah, what's he doing? He's cautioning CEOs of the 100 biggest U.S. companies on the legal consequences of using race as a factor in hiring and employment practices, demonstrating how the Supreme Court's recent ruling dismantling affirmative action in higher education may trickle into the workplace. So much for your college degree. So much for the ones that don't have a college degree. Did we think it was going to stop there? Who's mainly getting educated in the black community? Affirmative action, we know benefits mainly white women, but who's mainly going to school, getting education compared to black women and black men? Black women. Again, the black man is doing his part to help destroy the community. He does it every day for free. So think, he is cautioning the CEOs of the 100 biggest U.S. companies on the legal consequences for using race as a factor in hiring and employment practices. You may hear rain. I'm on the patio. So what does that tell you? Money never sleeps. It's working. And the ones that's got it is working. It is about a competition for resources. Ain't nobody trying to be. Only one group of people, I hate to say this, only one group is worried about somebody. Be my friend, black folks. Be my friend. Look at this right here. Look at this. He is cautioning them on the consequences. Well, lets me know, I guess they'll get litigious. We should have known this was going to trickle down. Should have known. So this group right here, you talk about the black wealth gap is going to be the wealth gap is going to widen. You want to talk about black wealth is going to be zero by 2050. Hell no, I'm pushing it to 2035 given recent events. And the group doesn't know how to get along. We even have black women sitting up here trying to hurt other black women's business. But you know what? As my father said, some folk are too stupid to survive. This right here, for all the ones who are self-hating, self-degrading, put down your own all the time, anybody trying, maybe this is what you get. Don't even have sense to think about not just you, but your children and children's children. What's the Black Caucus doing? I see black politicians, Eric Adams. Every time you look up, you would think he is your mama an immigrant? Is he an immigrant? You would think he's an immigrant. That's who he is. #immigrant. So it's either one or two things. Again, what are your black politicians doing for you? I don't see anything. What are they doing besides coddling these criminals? I do see that. What else are they doing for you? Why aren't black politicians? I was asking a friend of mine, why are black politicians telling their constituents, telling the community to start businesses and try to work with each other? Because they already know the mindset of the Negro. So either black people just didn't get the memo, or either black people, excuse the expression, is too damn slow. It's one or two. Do you not see nobody's working for you? But we want to box up on, oh, who you voting for? Been voting all this time, and what you got? Either black folks didn't get the memo or somebody's ass is hella slow. It might be both. Hashtag. Now do you see when I said what months ago, hell, I think last year even, they're going to what? Hashtag starve you out. Boom. It's like a soda can. Have you open a soda can and have somebody with a big old foot wearing steel boots to stomp on it. What's going to happen to the darn can? The ones at the bottom, those people, working class, poor people, low income, well, sweetheart, AI and immigrants going to have your job. The ones at the top, they're working on it. 13 Republican state attorneys, jeepers. So while we want to sit up here and we're worried about entertainment and who is dancing and who is singing and the person's hair and their clothes, worried about the wrong damn thing. Worried about the wrong darn thing. I keep telling you, somebody's playing black people. Somebody's playing everybody else and their mother. 13 Republican state attorneys generals are cautioning. Gee, I guess it just came to them at one time. No, they're getting together talking. Why? It's about doing resources. They see what time it is. I remember it was an old rich person, a white person said to me, somebody's got to be on the bottom. Somebody has to be on the bottom. And it's black folks. That's what this is. They're making sure their own is not going to be at the bottom. 13, there are cautioning CEOs of the 100 biggest U.S. companies on the legal consequences. Oh, it sounds like a little threat, huh? Hiring and employment practices. So if AI and the replacement is here for the ones at the bottom and middle, what the hell you think is going to be here for your so-called educated? That's who they're targeting. You don't seem to get it. That's why I think they're targeting. You catching it all around and don't get it. That's like sitting up in a darn house and you got a fool with they got 4 people, north, south, east, and west of your domicile of your resident, and they setting fires. That's what's going on with this group. That's why it is just it's stupid to me. And we up in the house boxing. I guess the Negroes that's left will be burned up. In the house boxing with each other and fighting and arguing, and they're mad. Again, either the black community didn't get the memo or the black community is hella damn slow. But hey, we know how to dance to do TikTok. The article says the state attorneys general sent a letter to the CEOs on Thursday, arguing that the controversial June ruling declaring that race cannot be a factor in college admissions, consequently striking down decades-old practices aimed at achieving diverse student bodies, could also apply to private entities like employers. Treating people differently because of the color of their skin, even for benign purposes, is unlawful and wrong. Well, they've been doing that, giving jobs to Tom and Becky because of the color of their skin. I've seen white men with only a 4 that have any experience or out of college at a company. I'm so glad it went under. At a company for accounting. They just get hired out of college. Here's a black man with a master's degree in the same field with experience. And they're going to tell him he can be an accountant, but you got to start in the mail room. The white boys didn't start in the mail room. They didn't have any experience. Start in the mail room with your master's degree. They've been doing that mess. You think? That's the reason for affirmative action. But here's what I want you to see. While somebody is sitting up playing, he got on his cotton picking drawers and sitting up here planning. And see, this group, we can't even have a difference of opinion, so darn emotional. So a lot of our people, they're okay. Well, I got $50 till Friday. I got 5,000 till Friday. Don't know. Negro, keep living. This going to be a Friday. You ain't going to even have that. Somebody is playing and somebody's planning. Which one are we? What are your black politicians doing for you? So ergo, you don't have your own economy. And what I mean by that, where you have people have your own economy, or you can go and find a job in that community. We don't have that. This is a group, and I'm going to say this in closing. So this right here, I'll say this in closing. Black people, we like to keep money out of each other's hand. That's why we don't have black businesses as we should. The number that we should. We love to keep money out of another black person's hand. Let's be real. Stop lying. Actions speak louder than words. Look at the collective. Well, guess what? So many of you are white supremacists. It's okay, boo-boo, because guess what? They're going to do the same thing with you. Keeping money and opportunity out of your hand. If this is happening to the educated middle class or the ones who want to be educated, what about these darn kids sitting up in here can't even barely read? Baltimore, Chicago, can't even read. So this right here, man, they playing it super cool, and we are looking like America's biggest fools. As my father said, been here all this time and still haven't learned. So again, black people having zero wealth by 2050. Oh no, it's going to be probably a little bit sooner than that. I'm willing to go with about 2030, 2035. Watch and see, take note. You can mark this video. In the next 3 to 5 years, we're already seeing things. I see things now, and the things I hear. In the next 3 to 5 years, this group is going to be it's going to be such in dire straits, it's not going to be funny. But that's when you ask me, you don't build. We'll have black folks, family members have businesses, and we won't help them at all. I heard a black woman talking, and her cousin had a business, and her thing was, I ain't helping you, because a person that helped and said, hey, see about your family. I ain't helping you. So darn stupid. So maybe this is what you get. You love white supremacists so much. Guess what? They don't need you behind no more. You have outlived your usefulness. It's time to get rid of it. That's how I see it. So yeah. So much for playing. And if you think these men gonna build something, child, girl, sir, boy, ma'am, bye. Good luck with that. They're waging a war on black women and girls. Guess what? That's who the threat is. But no, people don't want to hear this, and that's the problem with this group. You don't have to. So let me know what you all think. I tell you, things are happening so fast, and many of us sitting up with a joystick or laughing, oh, just chilling and oh yeah, you're gonna see all right. You're gonna see all right. So, in closing, again, somebody's planning. Simply said on YouTube, love you guys, stay safe, and I'm out.